Hello, hello, hello. I'm only going to be a few minutes. Thank you for stopping by the My Reader Minutes. To all that are new here, welcome. To all of my new subscribers, thank you for joining me on my journey. Today was day 4 in the Diddy trial. Also, today was when his legal team did a cross examination with Cassie. Now, it just goes to show, you know, court cases can turn on a dime, right? Yesterday, I was just sitting here talking about how Diddy's really a monster. He made her do this, that, and the other. And she had this going on. She had UTI. She had sores in her mouth. She never had a day off. She was on her cycle. She felt pressured into making him happy. And she really had us pulling on our heartstrings. She really did. The prosecution set that up nicely. Now, listening to some of the commentary, I do follow Inner City Press. Um, that that surprise witness. I also listen to Armand Wiggins. He's so funny. And Mims. I listen to all of them, but I try to get my own come to my own conclusion. And based on what I read in CNN, and I just read everybody's point of view, it sounds like the defense is trying to set it up like, okay, Diddy's a drug addict. Okay. And the reason why he acted so erratic at times is because he was going through withdrawals and acting crazy. The reason why y'all were in a toxic relationship is because you were on drugs too. And when you didn't have what you needed, you were crazy too. So that was you two together were explosive. On top of that, I can see how the defense has strategized their how they're going to bring this case. Now, remember their opening statement? They said this case is about love, jealousy. What was the third thing? Love, jealousy, and something else. I can't remember the third one. But anyway, it aligns with how they're trying to roll this out. So they make it sound like, and maybe she is, that Cassie was very jealous of the other women that were in Diddy's life. And she was vying for that number one spot. So, in order to do that, you know what makes him happy, you know what he's into. Let me text you these vulgar things about what I want to do, what I want to do to you, what I want to do to them, so I can get your time. I mean, that's what I got out of it. Not to say that she meant all that stuff, but she wanted to see him, she wanted to be with him, and she wanted his time and attention. She complained about never getting a holiday. She complained about not ever getting close with the kids. She wanted to get close with the kids. She said she was 7 years in and she still hadn't gotten, any a call for Christmas or Thanksgiving. All she got was New Year's. But she was the party girl. She was the get down with chick. She was the one that he could do whatever and she didn't care because she started that way. And my mother always said, don't start out the way you don't think you got to finish because you got to finish the way you start. Can't just say, oh, this is me. And then say, no, that really wasn't me. I just did it to pull you in. Men get bored that way. You needed to be you out the gate. If you were boring and not very actual, then that's the way you should have remained. You should have just been remain a pretty piece. Because he had you as his arm candy. He would have put you in a box. You still might not have been number one, but you wouldn't have been that girl that had sores in her mouth and UTIs doused with oil, baby oil. Just saying. I'm just saying. So I feel in the way that it sounds, and the way when they were reading the text messages, that was what she was doing. She was vying for that number one spot. And she was very jealous of Kim Porter, his baby mama, one of his baby mamas. And she honestly thought that she was number one and Kim was number two. Hmm. Diddy has treated all his women the same. Now, I'm not saying that this is a slam dunk for the defense, because it's not. It's not. They got to paint it this way. But all they need is one juror, right? Give you that benefit of the doubt, reasonable doubt, right? Or whatever it's called. The um the defense did their job. They some of the people that were in the actual courthouse said it was kind of a snooze fest, but they had to build the foundation for where they was trying to go. And it seems like they grilled her really hard and brought up all her text messages. Now, supposedly they used the same exhibits as the prosecution, except prosecution went in and honed in on Diddy, irate, nasty texts or whatever made him look bad. But the defense did the entire text, which had that conversation in it, but you saw the conversation that happened before the piece that made Diddy didn't look so good in a good light, and the conversation afterwards. And it wasn't like that throughout in a single thread. They were very loving to each other. And more nine times, and all the ones that they brought up, it was Cassie talking about or initiating the freak offs. Even Diddy was like, let's do something different today. Let's go see a Broadway play. And then he said, but wait a minute, Dave hit me up talking about one of the escorts. And she said, well, Daniel hit me up. She knew what he wanted. And she felt like, I feel like some of it, she felt like she needed to do to keep him happy. And then maybe a part of it, I mean, she basically said it into the prosecution. I just wanted him to love me. She said that to the prosecution on the other day. I just wanted him to love me. He didn't listen to me. I loved him. And she did. I honestly believe she did. Now, yesterday I was saying she must have Stockholm syndrome. Why couldn't she get away? But he wasn't holding her. She liked being with him. And then she felt like she had to share him, not only with Kim, but with this other girl named Gina. And she said Gina was the one that caused the confusion. Now, I guess she dealt with Kim because Kim wasn't going nowhere. That's where his kids were, right? Gina was the one that I guess was the more of the competition, because I guess she was the one doing stuff too. He had freak offs with her too, evidently. I don't know. Allegedly. I don't know. Only thing I remember is that Gina was the one with Tasha K. She was the one that actually exposed Diddy first about his volatile behavior, kicking her. I think she must have gotten pregnant, and he tried to unalive the baby by kicking her and just treating her like a bunch of crap. But she loves him. Her and Gina has been a thorn in Young Miami's side. Them two had gone at it back and forth. Gina has always been around, and I think she's on the same lines as a Cassie. Not as pretty as Cassie, but she's okay. That's his Asian persuasion. He likes Asian. The last Asian girlfriend he was with, he had a baby by. So I don't know how he weans out who he can have a baby with, but I don't know. Anywho, the defense, according to the majority of the people that were in the courtroom, may have had a little win today, because they actually showed that it was a two-way thing. It wasn't just all Diddy. And I was getting ready to say they they had said something about when Diddy was texting her because remember she made it a point to say, "What did the rooms look like?" Like somebody coached her really well. "What did the rooms look like when y'all finished the freak off?" And she was like, "It'd be oil, blood, candles, smell like musk." And remember the question was, "Well, where did the blood come from?" And she said, "I'd be on my cycle." Well, in this particular text, they got Diddy asking her, is she still on her cycle? And it didn't seem like she was really answering him. Her thing was, I'm going to skip it. And his thing was, when you're off your cycle, then we can continue. His thing was, he wasn't trying to be with her while she was on her cycle. So did she change her story? I think she did. Um, I don't know. I had to laugh at Armand because Armand said he was watching her husband and he held up a Scully hat and he was like say this is a color. He was like, her husband's face was this red. He said, this is her husband. He put the Scully over his face. He was like, after she was reading all of those nasty text messages about how she want to taste his big black. She can't wait to do a big black, and sit on a big black. And her husband, he had me cracking up. So then he said, then Armand had the nerve to say, well, I don't know if she going to be in her relationship too much longer. I don't know if she going to be in that relationship too much longer. But anywho, long story short, um, the, the defense want to keep Cassie until Monday, but the judge is like, no, we don't. We want her because I guess they're being sensitive to the fact that she is pregnant and she can pretty much have that baby at any moment. She's not due till next month, but technically she can go at any time from here on out, right? She's in her 8th month. So, yeah, they're supposed to be done tomorrow with Cassie. So they need to hit the ball rolling with their exhibits, get in there. But at the same time, the prosecution can come back. I think they come back after the defense, right? As it works both ways, 1 2 1 2 1 2. But I mean, I don't know. They just got to change the the mind of one juror. Now, yesterday, all the jurors, I'm sure, felt like me, like that ninja need to be under the cell. Today, not so much because they painted a picture like Diddy did not have any compassion for this girl. And for a man that's got 3 daughters, now 4, I'm sorry, 4 daughters, and he don't have no compassion, I found that hard to believe. But some of the text messages that they were reading, he wasn't coming across like he was that stone cold monster. He was like, "I'm sorry you don't feel well. I don't, did you you need to go to the doctors. I need you to feel better, whatever." But her thing was she was pressing because she wanted to be with him. I feel like she was really pressed not to lose her spot. She knew Gina was waiting in the wings, and she had Kim Porter over here. And God knows who else. I don't know who else he was seeing. So there's that. I don't know what to think. Let me see if I can pull up Gina for those of you that don't quite remember her. Can you see her? That's Gina. That's his Asian persuasion. But she was like, I was in an abusive relationship with Diddy for 5 years. And this was girl, it was like exclusive. Diddy allegedly hit his ex-girlfriend and made her terminate 2 those things. So This was part one, but she was the first one to come out about him. The very first one to come out about him. So there's that.
And he started like punching me like this. Like he avoided my face, but he like started punching me like on the side of my head, and I was just like covering my face. And he did that. He did that,
She got the white fingernails, y'all.
and then after he got done doing that, he like, cause he was standing, his legs were like stay in between me, so he like stomped on my stomach like really hard, and I like took the wind out of my breath. I couldn't breathe, and he kept hitting me, and I was like pleading to him like, can you stop? I can't breathe. And he like stopped for a little bit. He like grabbed my hair from the back and like was like punching the back of my head, cuz he was just avoiding my face when he was like hitting me.
Wow.
So I guess he was also being weaned off of his drugs at that point. I'm thinking he was still, maybe he was irritated because he didn't have his fix, according to the defense. I don't believe everything that they're saying, but I do believe that in Cassie's instance, she wanted to be his number one. I believe that. And however she could spend time with him, she would. It came out, even with the prosecution, she didn't like really doing the freak offs. She did it, I think, just to make him happy. What she enjoyed was the sessions in between the freak offs, because that's when she got to be with him. Point blank, period. This girl was a pain in her butt. She talks about Cassie. Let me see if I can find that. Give me a second. This is the part, I think this is the video that Cassie was talking about that was sent to her. This is Gina and Diddy.
Like what, a year after?
No, not a year, but because I met him in February and then I got pregnant in October.
Oh, so the same year.
The same year.
Okay. And you mind telling me what happened with that pregnancy?
I told him, and he was like, you're gonna get an abortion, right? And then I was like, I don't know. I don't know yet. And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because.
Does he offer everybody $50,000? Is 50,000 the round figure, the key number in Diddy's? Like, well, okay, just throw 50,000. He throws money at everything, at everybody. That wad of cash. I don't know what he gave the guy at the hotel, or tried to give the guy, but it was a wad of cash. Remember? Crazy.
I just loved him, and and I wanted to. I was like trying to prove that I wasn't the girl that wanted him for money.
Okay.
I just care about him, and
I just loved him. If Diddy is this monster, obviously there's another side. Well, most people have two sides. I think he can be a complete asshole when he wants to be. And then Cassie said it on what does he call it? On the stand, that he can be very charismatic and charming. I believe that. Just as nice and as charismatic he can be just on the opposite flip side of that coin, being a complete, total asshole. I believe that too.
I just wanted him to be nice to me. That's it. I was like, I don't want your money. I just want you to be nice to me.
Whether you decide to keep the baby or not.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be fair to say that he was an asshole about it? I mean, offering somebody $50,000 to abort a baby, whew, he must really want it gone bad.
I mean, in the beginning, like the first
he don't want any children from his freak-off partners. They're just freak-offs. He ain't trying to create no family with his freak-off partners. He's got Kim for that. Kim, Sarah, and Misa. He got 3 baby mamas. And now the 4th one. I can't remember. Is her name Dana? I don't know. Now he's got 4. The freak-off partners they don't get it. Y'all not going to be a vessel for his child. When y'all getting peed on and all kinds of defecated on or whatever's going on in the room. He's not doing that with y'all. She was the first one to come out with it.
3.5 years, he was, I mean, like the first 4 months, he was really nice. But then after that, he started being an asshole. So like I say, like the first 3.5 years, he was like mean to me.
So when you say mean, describe it.
He was abusive. He was like always belittling me and always like, he was like mentally, emotionally, and physically abusing me.
He treats all his women the same. All of them. So what keeps you there?
Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the first time we've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
There was an incident, of course, with Cassie, where reporters are saying that the police were called because they got into an altercation. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Tell me some of the things that he would say to you.
He would always compare me to Cassie and tell me that I'm the bad one and she's the good one.
And he was with both of you guys at the same time.
Yeah. And at one point, like I was breaking out really bad with acne, and he would be like, he said this a few times to me. He was like, baby, why don't you go see a doctor or something? I don't date women with bumps on their face.
Oh.
As funny looking as Diddy is, he is one big bump. He got the nerve to talk to anybody like that. Anybody. He ain't cute. His money makes him attractive. His aura or his vibe of power makes him attractive. But he ain't. I remember the early video days of him and Biggie. We've seen enough of this. Hold on one second. This was Diddy back in the Puffy, Maze, Notorious big days. Been around the world video. Him. Now, this was in the 90s. He was still I don't know, how old was he? I don't know. He might have been in his 20s, but he don't look that good. He ain't cute. Ain't nothing cute about him. His money, okay? His money and his sense or vibe of power was the attraction. Okay? Okay. Now she is talking about one of the altercations that they had.
Okay.
And then he did this, so King Los was sitting in the back.
Okay.
And then when we got to the hotel, it got even worse. And he took one of my heels and tried to throw it at me, and then he like mushed my face and like really hard and made my nose bleed.
Wow.
And the only person that ever every time me and he like we get into like fights like that, the only person that ever helped me was D-Rock. Everyone else just kind of just
D-Rock came to everyone's rescue, did he not? Was he the good cop? Diddy was the bad cop? Like he had to clean up his mess? D-Rock always saved the ladies. They always felt safe with D-Rock. Isn't that something? He was always around to console Diddy's girlfriends. He did the same thing for Cassie.
allowed it to happen and just like looked the other way.
So most of his entourage were, I guess, enablers.
Like his staff.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
And they wouldn't say anything. They would just watch him.
No, not watch it, but kind of just walk away and just leave us alone and not really step in to stop.
Wow. Now, what made you stay? Because obviously there's baby number 2, and then there's more.
Kind of just walk away and just leave us alone and not really step in to stop.
Wow. Now, what made you stay? Because obviously there's baby number 2, and then there's more beatings, according to you, that happened after that, because that was just the first time. What made you stay?
Because I just thought, that he was only being like that because he loved me.
Same story, different chick. Diddy's an asshole. Diddy's paying his defense team what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to paint the picture and put doubt in the juror's mind. But I would hope, because they're not allowed to look up anything, they're not allowed to do any of this research or whatever, because the stuff is already out here, and it'd be a shame if not one person knows of Diddy's history. Diddy don't care about nobody but Diddy. I believe that Cassie did everything she could to be in his good graces. I believe, let me get rid of this. And I believe, hold on. I believe that Cassie did everything she wanted to be in Diddy's good graces. She knew that it was all about the FOs. She knew they had, text messages saying that's all we do. She really didn't want to do that. But in order to spend time with him or to pique his interest, she had to say what she think he might want to hear. That's what I'm taking from it. I don't believe she did it. I believe she did it, and she did. She was putting things together, and she was calling people up. She was lining things up. She was setting the scene because she knew that's what he liked. Because she was vying to be the girlfriend. She still wanted to be his girlfriend. She wanted to be the main one. Now, I don't have him coercing her. I feel like she was in love with the lifestyle and what he could provide. She liked being in the industry. She still hasn't really left the industry, but she's still a little more low key. But she likes being in the industry. And being in that whole orbit. And she was competing with Gina and Kim. Kim I think Kim had moved on by this time. But Kim had kids. He wasn't just with Kim, because I've seen videos of him with Kim and Misa and Sarah. All of them are at his house at Christmas with the kids. He spent Christmas and Thanksgiving with family, not his freak offs. Not the freak offs girls. But he made them feel so special. I guess when he was with them, they wanted to be in that slot too. Just saying. Anyway, that's all I got. Again, this was day 4. Diddy is paying his counsel to do this. I'm praying and hoping that the prosecution comes back and does what they need to do as the rebuttal, because I think the prosecution goes, then they cross-examine, and then they redirect, and then I think the defense comes back one more time, and then I think they rest. But I don't know. They got one day, so I don't know how much they're going to get in tomorrow. With that being said, please like, share, and subscribe. And with that being said, everyone be blessed. Peace.